Elementary DIY Solar Panel Method 1. An common way for a DIY beginner to build a solar panel is to assemble individual polycrystalline solar cells into an array. Like a battery, solar cells have positive, back, and negative, front, sides. Though a somewhat tedious process, connecting a small number of solar cells can generate a significant amount of power. For example, an 18-volt solar panel, comprised of 36 1/2-volt solar cells, is capable of charging a common 12-volt battery. Properly assembled and protected, a homemade solar panel can provide years of clean, renewable power. Things you'll need: 1/2-volt polycrystalline solar cells, 3 by 6 inches. Voltmeter. 65-watt soldering iron. Dabbing wire. Bus wire. Lead-free solder. Flux pen. 5/8 inch plywood. 1 inch wide furring strips. 1/4 inch acrylic sheet. Silicone caulk. Rubber weather stripping. Assemble solar cells into a panel. Step 1. Run a flux pen over the 2 main bus lines on the front of a solar cell. Step 2. Cut a piece of dabbing wire twice the width of the solar cell. Lay the dabbing wire over a main bus line so half covers the solar cell and the other half hangs off the edge. Repeat on the second bus line. Step 3. Run a hot soldering iron over the dabbing wire along the entire length of each front side bus line. Step 4. Flip the solar cell over and place it side by side with a second solar cell, back side up. Align the parallel rows of square contact points on both cells. Step 5. Wet the 6 bus contacts on the second solar cell with a flux pen and drip a bead of solder on top of each contact with a hot soldering iron. Step 6. Fold the loose sections of dabbing wire from the first solar cell over the contact points on the second cell. Step 7. Press the dabbing wire into the solder with a hot soldering iron. When the solder melts, the dabbing wire is attached. Step 8. Elementary DIY Solar Panel Method 2. Test if the solar cells are correctly assembled by placing them in full sunlight and connecting a voltmeter to the positive and negative contacts. Step 9. Repeat until the desired array size is reached. A compact 4 by 9 cell solar panel is acceptable for a 36 cell array. Build the solar panel case. Step 1. Add 2 inches to the length and width measurements of the array dimensions and cut a plywood base to size. Drill a small hole in all 4 corners of the base for ventilation. Step 2. Fasten the furring strips to the sides of the plywood to form a shadow box. Attach rubber weather stripping along the top of the furring strips. Step 3. Center the rows of connected solar cells face up inside the shadow box. Secure each cell to the plywood with a dab of silicone caulk. Step 4. Connect the rows of solar cells in series with bus wire. Leave extra lengths of positive and negative bus wire for connection to a battery. Step 5. Cut the acrylic sheet to size and mount over the weather stripping to create a weather-tight seal. Plug any gaps in the box with silicone caulk and protect exposed wood with multiple coats of varnish. Have a licensed electrician or city official inspect DIY wiring to ensure compliance with local codes. Contact with improperly wired electrical equipment can cause damage to property, serious injury or death.